Today we're taking a look at not one but two DemonFX pedals.
Hi, my name is Kristoffer Svan, and for the past 20 years I've been making angry music.
So my friend Jonas bought me the Cali76 compressor pedal and the Harmonic booster. The Harmonic booster is a copy of Dark Glass pedal and the Cali76 is a copy of the Origin 76. I was pretty blown away by the sound of these. I really like how they sound. Unfortunately, I haven't tried the originals, so I don't know how they compare. But honestly, I don't really care. These sound great. They are Chinese pedals. You can buy them from AliExpress, probably somewhere else as well, but AliExpress was where I bought them. They aren't super cheap, but compared to the originals, they're like not even half the price, so they're still very cheap. And what you get for the price is a lot. So I have taken a look at a lot of the other DemonFX pedals, and they're in my shopping cart because I wanted to hear how the rest of them sound too. I've written a track, a short one, recorded bass, guitars, MIDI drums, and my friend Sven Wolf from Germany has done some vocals on the full song. So I thought we would take a look at that track and see how they sound.
Okay, so let's start with printing the tone I have so we can start twisting knobs. Now that we have the tone, let's start by taking everything out and adding them back in. We can leave the gate. So here's what we started with. Absolutely not the best tone in the world. The strings are super dead. My playing could be better as well. Let's see what the compressor is doing at its current settings. Yeah, add some consistency. The high pass filter is set to off, so it's compressing the low end. The attack and release, I think it's fast attack, slow release, but I'm not sure. It's all over to the right side. I know it's hard to see, probably impossible. That's one thing I don't like about these knobs, but you can probably take a Sharpie, which is what I'm gonna do, and just add a little bit of black color to the knob so you can see what they're actually doing. But I'm not compressing really hard. The input is set in the middle. No, sorry. The output is set to the middle. The input is set at about 2 o'clock and the wet is 100%. So the harmonic booster, let's see what that does. Yeah, really adds some nice character. The character knob is really interesting. I'm gonna try to do it so you can see what I'm doing as well. I really like that effect. It makes it sound a little bit more hollow and distant, which works great in the mix because you just put the bass back a little bit while it's on the other side in the minimum position or the other position. It's more mid-forward, so it takes up a lot more space in the mix. Sounds more like the bass. And then I add a tiny bit of drive with a dark glass B3K. Just a tiny bit. And then lastly, I use the sand sound. Gives it a more amped feeling. But we're not here for either the B3K or the SandSamp, we're here for these two. So let's just twist some knobs and see what we can do. I think we should start with a harmonic booster because that one is the one that gives all the character to the bass. Sorry, forgot to turn off the B3K. I like that as a option. Let's play around with the compressor. A lot of distortion with this. Especially if you use it with 9 volts. I'm using 18 volts right now, and I noticed that when you crank the input it really starts to distort. It doesn't do it as much on 18 volts, it has a lot higher headroom, but if you want to get creative with it and use it in either 9 volts or maybe 12 volts, you can get it to distort pretty heavily by just adjusting the input.
what I did was I opened up the low pass frequency to not compress the bottom end as hard. The release and attack is set to the same one. I seem to like it all the way to the right, and a little bit heavier on the ratio, and a little less input gain but the same output and fully wet. Both of them together. DI. I mean, that's a pretty cool sound by itself. Let's try to add the B3K just to see if we can get a little bit grit. And the sense amp. Not as cool. I mean, the harmonic booster just transform the pretty boring dead string bass to something that's workable. And the compressor just adds that glue and cohesiveness and makes it a lot more even. Let's try this and listen how it sounds in a mix just for fun. Yeah, let's try it with the B3K and the Sans amp too. Let's print that and see if it works better or worse than what I already had. Let's compare them. They're pretty much the same. I like what we had more, but that doesn't matter. What matters is these two pedals. I really like them. I mean, this was recorded with a bass that's with dead strings and it's not properly set up for this tuning, but the harmonic booster made it a lot more workable than it was, and with a properly set up bass. I think this was my Stingray-ish bass, while the PV grind I have is a active EMG pickup. The other one, the Stingray, is a passive design, and it makes a huge difference. The PV grind is a lot more mid-forward than the Stingray clone, and the harmonic booster is super effective on that one to give it a lot more low end and transform the bass to a great sounding bass. And the compressor is just doing what it's supposed to do. It's adding consistency and in a really pleasing way. I usually use my 1176 for bass when recording, but this has replaced it. Since I use the 1176 in mixing as well, it's kind of a pain to set it up for recording, so with the Cali76 I don't have to use it anymore. So I love these two pedals. Yeah, I think that's it for the demonstration. So that was the harmonic booster and the Cali76 from DemonFX. Like I said, I really like these pedals. I think they're awesome for the price. I'm really looking forward to getting more in the future. And that was it from me. So until next time, take care. and bye bye.